All right, check this out. Got the first major, other than hand tools, major tool purchase. Got a 15 amp dual bevel Skil miter saw. Got it off of Amazon the other day. Had a little special going on. So we're going to take it over to the shop and get it set up. Okay, here we are at the shop. This is not my shop, but it's going to be mine temporarily. I'm just kind of taking it over. I'm going to put the miter saw here. And then we have a radial arm saw that I've used a little bit. A table saw. We got some handheld tools over here. This is my parents' house. So I just kind of took over my stepfather's garage. Well, I took over a little spot of it, but this is his shop. A little bit messy, cluttered, but it works. Let's get this saw in here and get it set up. All right, let's get this thing opened up. So like I said, I got this on Amazon. I don't know if it was a daily deal or a limited time deal. I'll put a price in the description. Or we got instructions, dust collection. There's the clamp. And we have part of the fence. And we have a handle, a couple of bolts. Looks like one fell out of the bag. It's part of the miter adjustment. There it is. Looks pretty cool so far. Just gonna stick it right up on the table. I was trying to flip through the guide here. And it's like 17 pages in before you get to the assembly. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this assembled per the instructions. It says there's a double-ended Allen wrench supplied, but it's not in the packaging here. I would assume it would be in here. Since one of the bolts fell out, it might be in the packaging. Go take a look. Okay, so I'm going to take that part back. They did include the double-ended Allen wrench. It's actually in the miter saw itself. So we'll just keep that out for now. So far, everything looks okay. I'm going to straighten out the bevel, and then we'll go through getting it assembled. Technically, this table isn't going to be big enough because it is a sliding miter saw. So to fully utilize the slide, I got to hang it off the edge. But then you're getting a little heavy over here. So I'm going to have to find a way to be able to use this and then just, you know, push it back when I'm done, slide it forward, and just keep it out of the way. So maybe when I use it, I'll bring it up this way and I'll put a couple of clamps on the back or drill some holes with some bolts through there to hold it in. or I'll get a miter stand somewhere. But for now, I think we can just hang it off the thing. We're just going to test it, set it up, get it tested, make sure it all works. It's got a couple little scuffs on it. Not that big a deal. Down on the feet here. And there is like a little indent on the throat plate. I don't know if you can kind of see that. It's like it was nicked with something. I should be able to take a razor blade and flatten that out. But overall, there's not really anything wrong with it. You know, physically, or well, I don't know about physically, but you know, just going over it and looking for dents and scratches. Nothing's popping out besides that little nick. Alright, so first thing is install the carry handle, which goes on the top. 2 screws. This guy. These 2. I assume these 2, they're the only ones in there, and they were in the bag with the handle. Well, one was in the bag, one was in the box. So we'll drop those in. We'll use the included Allen wrench. Not the best Allen wrench for this because you can only spin it so far, and then the handle's in the way. Installation of the miter lock knob. So let's put this straight again. That is this guy. So this is the lock. The lock's in the miter. This is used for locking the miters or the angles in place. So you got that tightened in. You can't. This unlocks it and moves it, but you can't move it unless you loosen the lock. And then you can slide it to whatever degree you want. So we got that installed. Installation of the work clamp. So I think this can go on either side of the fence. And then we didn't even get to the installing the other side of the fence yet. So let's just check this clamp out. Turn this way. So that sits in like that, and then there's a lock here to tighten down. Oh yeah, unlock it there, and you can move it, lock it into place. So I think the fence can be adjusted. It's got another knob on the back. So loosen that up, you can slide it in and out, or whatever length you're looking at. So I'm going to slide the other side in. Now you can put this clamp on either side. There's a spot on both sides for it. Then the next one is removal and installation of the blade. The blade is already installed, so we don't have to remove it or install it at this point. So I think the only other thing we need to do is turn it on and make sure it works. Sure, like supports on the side here, so the Allen wrench tightens and loosens it up. Just give it a couple turns and slide both sides out. and that'll help support your stock. I'm just gonna leave it in for now. We're not gonna be doing anything major with it. Today is just to, you know, set it up, make sure it powers on, make sure it cuts something. Because you know, I got it from Amazon. I want to make sure it works. Because if it doesn't, you know, then I gotta go through the return process. It comes with a blade. I don't know how great the blade is. It looks like it's you know, it's a Skil branded 10-inch, 40 teeth. Well, let's make sure it powers on and does what it's supposed to do. All right, so again, this video is it's just like an unboxing, setup, and quick test of the saw. In the future, once I have used this a little bit and figure out all the features and maybe get a stand for it where I don't have to use it unbalanced on the table here, I'll do a full review. But let's turn this on. Well, it's on. It's plugged in. So you have a switch up here for the light. So that's going to cast a shadow to where the blade is going to cut. So right now I got the blade locked down. So on the side there's a lock for the blade so it can lock it down. There's also a depth guide so you don't go like all the way through your piece of wood. I'm just going to fire it up. So on the switch here, you have to push one button to the side and then squeeze it. Well, power's on. Let's get a piece of wood in here. Scrap here. And there you go. It cuts, but I can't go all the way through because the wall's there. Let's try that again. I have to bring it forward so I can slide it all the way back. So I'd say it works. I forgot to put the dust collection bag on. We'll see how well that works. All right, so I got the dust collection on, you know, the dust bag. I don't know how well that's going to work or whatever. Some of them work good, some of them don't. So I'm gonna play around and make sure the blade is square. On that test piece I cut, it seems pretty square. I can put this on. I don't see any daylight coming through or anything like that. So it is set at the factory before it ships, but just to be sure nothing got knocked out of whack in shipping, I'm going to go ahead and follow the steps to make sure that it's square. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the assumption that it is square at this point. I don't have a square or anything small enough to get in by the blade. So you need to get in here with a square. But even this is like the smallest thing I got. And it's hitting up against the washer there for the blade. So I'm gonna have to dig up something else, something smaller to use to square it off. But like I said, I'm not gonna build anything right now with it. I probably won't use it for a few days or you know, for the next week anyway. So I got some time to get a little machinist square or something that'll fit in there and square up that blade, make sure it's all good to go. But anyway, that's the Skil miter saw, dual bevel, 15 amp, 10-inch sliding miter saw. Got it on Amazon. I'll put the description down below with a link. Pop something up on the screen. Maybe I already did. That's it. Cool. Thanks. Bye.